Hi, my name's Adeline Brown. Let's discuss two important theories, the exchange and attachment theory. The exchange theory is when we weigh rewards and costs to get to our decision. It's human nature to weigh pros and cons when making decisions. When you use this theory, you will also brainstorm alternatives. There are 4 different attachment styles: secure, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized. This is the idea that people require both care and bond from someone, and different behaviors are associated with different styles. Here is how this video will apply these theories to real-life events. Meet Tracy. Watch as she applies the exchange theory to her relationship. Should she break up with her boyfriend? Recently, she's been feeling rejected because he's no longer prioritizing her needs, taking her out on dates, or communicating with her like she's asked. She has had the same argument with him countless times and continues to ask for a little more effort, but there is no change. Still, she does remember the good times they had together in their relationship, especially with their child. Her boyfriend offers financial stability and responsible co-parenting. Although Tracy feels like her boyfriend isn't the best for her, she loves how good of a father he is to their child. She decides to make a pros and cons list to weigh out her options. He offers them financial stability, but he does put Tracy second to himself in work. He's a responsible father figure and co-parent, but he does struggle communicating. Tracy is torn. Weighing her options is a lot tougher than she expected. This is because there are external factors that come into play. The decision does not only affect Tracy, but also her child. Tracy's brain becomes flooded with memories as she struggles to make her decision. However, after considering her options, Tracy finally has her answer. She realizes that just because she doesn't feel secure in the relationship right now doesn't mean she shouldn't be with him. Long term, her boyfriend has been great for her. He provides her with financial stability and shelter, is an amazing father to their child, and great co-parent. Tracy understands that there are outside factors and stressors in her boyfriend's life that may take him away from the relationship, but nobody can be perfect. Tracy decides she's going to stay with her boyfriend. She understands relationships take time, effort, and work. Ultimately, she decides to stay with her boyfriend because she feels it would be best for their daughter, and they promise to work on communicating their needs to one another. A handful of girls were asked for responses to a series of questions. Let's compare their answers and see how each different upbringing corresponds to different behaviors and attachment styles. Elisa responded, "During my upbringing, I was pretty close with my mom and grandma, who mainly raised me. Although I grew up fairly independent, I had a strong relationship with both my mom and grandma." Evelyn stated, "I was very close with my parents growing up, and they provided a strong sense of security and support. I had some conflict with them during my teenage years because I felt like they were too controlling. Overall, I felt loved and understood by my parents. They always pushed me pretty hard, which has taught me to try my best in everything I do. Thirdly, Sloan responded, my relationship with my parents growing up was really positive. They were both very loving, supportive, and consistent, which made me feel safe and understood. I also have a little sister, and watching how my parents cared for both of us taught me a lot about patience and empathy. I was a pretty calm child, and because of the very strict discipline, I was afraid to break any rules. I was pretty sheltered and taught to behave well from a very young age. As a child, I was laid back and shy, often preferring to stay in the background rather than be the center of attention. I naturally took on a caretaker role with my younger sister, which made me feel responsible and protective. Even though I was introverted, I valued those connections and tried to create a calm environment around me. When I was a kid, I was pretty outgoing and kind of a rule follower. I liked making my parents proud and tried to be a good example for my sister. I think that having that stable home and sense of security helped me feel confident exploring new things and being social. I feel a mix of both deserving and insecure in my relationships now. I feel uncomfortable talking about strong feelings and am fearful of confrontation. I'm still somewhat anxious when forming new relationships. I tend to rely heavily on my significant other for happiness and stress relief. In friendships, I'm less introverted than I was as a child, but I still prefer deeper, more meaningful connections over large social groups. My early attachment to my parents shaped me to value closeness and quality time. I feel really comfortable trusting people and opening up. I try to bring the same warmth and reliability my parents showed me into my own connections. I value communication and stability, and I tend to build close, long-term friendships because of that foundation. After listening to these girls' responses, what are some connections that we can observe from their answers? Attachment from caregivers, or lack thereof, carries over into current and new relationships. While attentive parenting is linked with improved behavior in children, it can also connect to anxiety or pressures. Attachment styles, specifically ones that meet the needs of a child, allow for them to be emotionally open and comfortable. Elisa's responses demonstrate that she has an avoidant attachment style, while Evelyn's is more of an anxious attachment style. Thirdly, Sloane's is a secure attachment style.